Hello everyone, welcome back to my little channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. If you guys are new here, please subscribe and leave me a little comment on what you guys thought about the nails. Also, don't forget to check out my online store, Zulay Nail Shop. The link's gonna be in the description for all the products that I'm using. Hello everyone, so today we're gonna be doing some Halloweeny nail art. I'm so excited. So one of my followers, shout out to Chad, he sent me a nail inspo on this Hello Kitty Chucky. So that's what we're gonna do today. I decided to just record the process because I wasn't sure how well this was gonna go. So I'm gonna start off by sizing my nails, and I am just measuring the nails from side wall to side wall. Excuse me. I'm using our 3XL coffin nail tips, and I'm using the Zulay nail glue as well. This glue dries pretty damn fast. This part is regular speed, okay? So you guys can see how long it takes to dry. If you guys haven't tried our nail glue, I recommend it because, like I said, it's really good and it dries pretty fast. How's everybody doing today, by the way? So today's video is gonna be Halloween nail art acrylic application. The only thing that I sped up today was when I start to paint, because that takes forever, but everything else is regular speed. If you guys are new, today you guys are gonna get to see a lot of acrylic application. So don't forget to subscribe, leave me a little like and a comment. And if you guys are watching on a TV, pause it right now. Pause the video and go to your phone and dale like. Dale like, amiga, dale like, okay? So after we have all the little nail tips on, we're going to trim just the tip, bitch, just the tip. And for those of you guys who are new, we do cuss here a little bit or a lot sometimes. It just depends on our mood. I'm gonna blend down the tip. Now, this is not necessary since I'm gonna do nude nails, but I just felt like I should. So the reason why I blend the tip is because sometimes it's sticking out a little bit, and when you apply your acrylic and then later on when it's time to file, you can file off the acrylic on the side and then the nail tip will show. So depending on the colors, I like to blend the tip. So when I'm doing like darker tones and stuff, then I definitely do this step, because the last thing you want is for you, let's just say you did a black nail, full black nail, and then when you're filing the sides, giving it its shape and everything, then you have a clear spot right there. Like, what the fuck? I just shaved off all the color. Like, oops, you know, like that's worst nightmare. So after I have cleaned the nail, I'm going to add my Ultimate Prep Trio, which is the dehydrated first, which is the Band-Aid. Then is the acid base primer, which is the second one that I put. This one, actually, you have to be careful not to put too much. So as you guys saw, I did dab the excess on the napkin because it will kind of sting if you get it on the skin. So you do not want to do that. And just in general, you do not want to touch any skin with no chemicals, because you can become allergic in the future. So try to avoid skin at all costs. And then after I put in the primer, the no burn, no acid one, that one leaves a tacky finish. So I like to apply it in this specific order. And normally, like, people be like, why are you adding three? Why are you adding all three? And it's like, because normally you're recommended to apply 2 coats of primer, but everybody normally uses the same primer, right? The same one twice. But I feel like this works the best. You add your acid base. So that one is mainly for people who are more oily, who are a little bit more need a little bit more adhesion help, you know, because everybody's nail plates are different. Some people are a little bit more oily, kind of like our face and our hair, you know. And so yeah, so the color that I'm using today is Cover Dusty Rose. I love this color so much because it is fast drying and the color is just beautiful. It's not too cappuccino, but it's not pink and it's not peachy, you know? So it's like perfect. And I am using my size 20 Kolinsky brush. So the reason why I am using my big brush is because, like I said, this is a faster drying acrylic. And then I don't remember what the temperature was like that night, but just so that it didn't dry too fast on me, the bigger the brush, the more liquid it holds. So I'm gonna be adding a couple beads. I'm not really a one girl method, but y'all gonna see me attempt bigger beads today. I guess I'm just a little chicken. In the past, I was taught to do like little beads, right? Well, back then, bitch, nobody did big ass nails like this. Nobody did fucking extendos. The longest nail tips we had before was like regular length, right? Like half of this shit. So I mean, we were taught with small beads. So now it's like, girl, we need the big ass brushes, like the size of our palm, in order to finish this one nail, right? But I personally don't really like one bead methods, and I will explain why. Because in the summertime, mostly, if you have a lot of product on the nail, you will experience like a heat spike, or your client will. So I recommend, if you guys are going to try the one bead method, to apply like 2/3 up of the nail, and do the thickest part, the tip, right, which it should, and then the cuticle area be thin. So I mean, if you're gonna do the one bead method, try like that, or two bead methods, whatever. But the next couple fingers, you guys are gonna see that I did kind of try to go a little bit faster, because I forgot where I was going the next day, but I think I was gonna go to work. I was like, girl, I cannot be here all fucking day. These nails need to be done. I'm lying. I was going to Disneyland. All right. So I have already dipped my brush in the monomer, and I'm just taking off the excess powder. As you guys can see, this polymerizes fast, girl. And what that means is already drying. So this is the way I like to apply my acrylic. I place it in the center of the tip. This is actually where the apex is at, where the nail tip and your natural nail meet. And then, because I know this acrylic is already ready to start patting, I like to pat it and lightly drag. So if your acrylic is a little slower setting, you want to give it some time before you start doing this. If you notice, when you guys try to like pat or drag all your product coming off, is because it's not ready. It's not ready for you guys to start tapping. So normally you can tell when an acrylic is ready to place on the nail when it is already getting shiny on the bead. So check out my bead right now. I'm gonna dip it in, and then I'm gonna get it, and then it's already getting shiny super fast. Look, 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 look. It's already shiny, bitch. Like, put it on the nail because it's going to start drying. There's acrylics. Most acrylics will be grainy looking, or something like that. Like, look at your fucking brush, bitch. Go get a little brush and do that, and look at your acrylic. It's going to take a couple Mississippis for it to start getting smooth and shiny, right? So it's really important for you to learn your dry time on your acrylics, and what better way than to check them out on your brush. So I have been talking about this a lot on my lives recently, but since this is a short video and you guys all enjoy these shorties, well, some of you guys enjoy them, I decided to talk about it again. So if you guys struggle with acrylic application, when you're like, man, it's coming out lumpy, or I'm making a hot ass fucking mess, it's too runny, or whatever, then definitely pay attention to your beads when you pick up your beads. And if you guys are working with a really big brush and you cannot control your bead because it's too runny, I would recommend to downgrade the size, because the big brush holds more monomer, and so sometimes when acrylics are a little bit more runny, I like to use a smaller one, only because there's not as much monomer, and that way you don't have to waste a lot of liquid, you know, because I have seen a lot of people drain their brush, and what that means is they'll pick up the bead, and then they'll touch the brush on the napkin to kind of like drain the excess monomer, so that is not that runny. But you don't have to do that. You just get a smaller brush and Stop wasting product, you know? But if you guys do that, try how I'm saying. Get a smaller brush, and trust me, that's gonna be way better for you. You're gonna feel like you have a big brush anyway. But yeah, for me, my favorite size brush is a size 16. The 20 is becoming my best friend right now in the summer. And the size 24, I can handle it only in the summer because everything dries super fast in the summer. All right, so let's do this again. See how shiny? We're gonna place it right on the nail. And then once I place it, yeah, this one was not fucking paying attention. Like, hello, delay, hello. And then I like to clean my brush too. So a lot of people be like, "What? How do I keep my brush clean or whatever?" So if you guys struggle with getting acrylic on your brush, make sure that once you place your bead, you kind of clean it on your napkin real quick, just in case there's any acrylic laying around. And don't be afraid to wet your brush. So like if right here your acrylic is already drying, wet just the tip, not the whole thing, because you don't need that much. And then just drag it down very lightly. And right here I have to put a little bit of pressure to the acrylic because like I said, it's already hardening. Not like so hard where I cannot move it, but like it's already starting to harden. So I have to apply some pressure. I need to use the body of my brush so you guys can see. And then always make sure to clean up the sides. You don't want acrylic like flowing through the sides. You want to make sure you keep your nail as snatched as possible. That way you don't have to do too much filing later on. And so check it out. It's super, super slim. I'm building up the whole nail with the nude actually. This one is a cover acrylic, so you do not have to encapsulate it. Okay, so this would be your first bead. Then your second bead you could place in the apex area, which is literally where we put our first bead. A lot of people don't understand what the apex is. So pretty much where I'm gonna place the bead is the apex right there. For long nails, all of that section is the apex. So this is how I would do the long nails, and then the cuticle area would be last, you know, that way it has all the strength throughout the whole nail. So I'm trying to keep most of the acrylic up there and then just gliding it down. I wish my application was this good all the time, but sometimes, you know, we just wake up kind of slow. You wake up a little bit slow and you don't know how to do nail. Has that happened to anybody before? Raise your hand if that happened to you before, where you're like, what the hell? Why can I fucking do a nail, man? Like it's just lumpiness all over or things like that. Because that happens to me sometimes, especially when I'm using my opposite hand. It's like I want to smack my fucking hand for being dumb. All right, so here's the side view, or a little bit of side view. Now we're gonna get to this cuticle area. And one thing that I am going to mention right now too is whenever you guys are doing nude colors. Oh look, so that's draining. What I said earlier, and where people drain the brush. So I did drain mine just a little bit because I did have a small bead and I didn't want it to get too crazy and wet. So whenever you guys are doing nude colors, especially if you leave a little gap, you want to make sure to thin down the acrylic where you place the bead, so there is no visible line when you put this next bead. So I'm sure it's happened to all of us, where when you're done with the nail, you can still see a line like where the other bead was at. That just means it was too thick, and by the time you place your next bead, it was already dry. So to avoid that, try to thin it down. All right, so we're gonna add just a little bit more here to give it some more support. And depending on the length of the nail, you wanna thicken it up in the right places. So this right here is the apex, like I said. And because this nail is super duper long, the apex would be a little bit longer. So pretty much what the apex is, ¿cómo se dice en inglés? Is like if you were to bump your nail, that's the fuck, I'm trying to translate it. It's because in Spanish it'd be like, es la área de tensión. The tension area or whatever. Like if you were to bang your fucking nail, knock on wood, nobody bangs their fucking nails. That's the part that's gonna break because it's where you banged it pretty much and the weakest part. So if you thicken it right, it will not break. So that area should be the thickest part of your nail without it looking like a curved bubble nail. And then the cuticle and the tip needs to be the thinnest. Not so thin where you are gonna break it real quick, but thick enough, so it doesn't look too bulky. And again, some clients prefer thick nails, so it depends on the client. They will request thicker nails, but just keep in mind if your client, because there's gonna be some clients who are gonna be like, oh, can you make them a little bit thinner? Like they're used to like thin nails, like papelito thin. Especially if they've gotten their nails done at like the regular nail shops. They want to be natural. But just remind them that if you do them too thin, especially when they're long, it can break. So you're not responsible if their nails break when you're following their directions on thickness, right? All right, so here are the nails after I think I filed them already. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of rubber base. I'm gonna be painting some of the nails with a Frenchie. So you need to make sure to use a rubber base so that the gel adheres really, really well. Because I've been seeing a lot of bitches on TikTok saying like, oh my God, I'm gonna do a nail hack. I'm gonna show you guys a nail hack. And then they put like matte top coat or like base coat, but bitch, that ain't no fucking hack. That is the proper way to do gel polish. And a lot of people have been skipping it for years because they didn't want their nails to be like super, super bulky. But gel polishes are more pigmented nowadays, so you need to keep following your directions so that you do not have any gel chipping or anything like that. So I am using my black painting gel and my 2-in-1 liner brush. And I just like to kind of like guide myself for a Frenchie and then fill in the rest of the nail. I'm using the painting gel, the black one, and this is a no wipe. So if you guys don't want to top coat it, you don't have to. But I recommend to top coat anyway, just to kind of like preserve the color or kind of, you know what I mean? Like sometimes, I don't know, the top coat just makes me feel better. Even if I don't need it, I still do. But for some designs, sometimes like if you want to do matte on the base and then add this and it stays shiny, then that's kind of cool. If that's what you're going for, then it works for that. All of our little pods that look like this are no wipe. Unless it doesn't say no wipe, then you have to top coat because they will stay tacky. So I find the Frenchies the easiest to draw this way, where I outline the sides first. And then I make a line of how far I want the nail to go. And then I just fill it in. Sometimes I feel like the Frenchie is looking good, but then once I fill it in, I'm like, ooh, girl, that's a little sideways or whatever. Then I go ahead and kind of like perfect it a little bit. But for me, this is the best way, the easiest way. And after I dried all of the nails, it's time to do Chucky. It's time to do the Hello Kitty Chucky. Girl, I was sweating bullets. For a good minute, I was like, does this even look properly? Like, does this even look like fucking Hello Kitty? So I'm gonna be using the white painting gel. That shit is so pigmented, girl. I think I did 2 coats just in case, but I love it for Frenchies. And this brush is my ultimate favorite. So I'm using the same brush. One side is short, like this hair. This is a short hair. And then the other side is a little bit longer. So this is a part that tripped me out because I was like, what the fuck, bitch? I can't do the body. And I was trying to copy a picture that Chad sent me. And that's how the little leg went. Like if it was stepping to the side. Because Patrick was like, yeah, I can't get over that foot. And I was like, rude. I was just copying the picture. Like, I struggle to fucking draw, bitch. I cannot draw. But after doing this Hello Kitty, girl, I'm gonna attempt it a little bit more because it came out okay or whatever. So next, I'm using our gel polish number 56. I think that's the number. Unfortunately, we do not have this color anymore, but I still had to tell you which one it is. And check it out. Our gels are very, very pigmented. Just one coat, bitch. That's all you need. And then I do apologize that the camera be getting blurry. I thought this was gonna be a lot better because it's direct from the fucking phone, but stupid big ass nail kept getting in the way. Like, I need to start wearing gloves or some shit. Like, poor Hello Kitty not even getting filmed. I wish I would have done the bowl bigger, but I was being a little chicken shit when I was drawing because I was like, I don't want to fuck it up. I don't want to fuck it up. It's looking cute already. Like, I don't want to fuck nothing up. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to leave it like that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think so far. And again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Leave me a little like and a comment what you guys think. Who should I try to draw next? Or should I try just different kind of Hello Kitties? Like Hello Kitty pumpkin, Hello Kitty ghost, all kinds of Hello Kitties, because we can do Hello Kitty now. I don't know. One of my clients is going to make me do her a Hello Kitty pumpkin, so we'll see how that goes. And if you guys hear a squeaky, it's not a ghost. It is my mother sitting behind me, moving like a child in the fucking chair. All right, so here it is, bitch. After top coat, she looks a little square like Zule. She got no body. This bitch needs a BBL. We're gonna seal her in with top coat. And you know what? I was so excited to show off my Hello Kitty. Didn't get as much love as I thought it would. Like on the Instagram. Sorry guys. Hold on. The fucking post office was calling me. But check it out. We put her little bloody knife. She's so cute. I secured this fucking knife with hella glue, bitch. All right, so now it's time for some bling. Drum roll, please. I'm going to be adding matte top coat to the full nail because, I don't know, I feel like bling sparkles more with matte. I don't know. I like dark colors when they're matte. So we're going to give that a try. Check it out. Doesn't look that cute, huh? But we're going to be adding some of these crystals with cluster gel because the unfoiled crystals fall off with just glue. So they need a little help from cluster gel. And I still have my nails on right now. It's already been about 2 weeks, I want to say. I don't know. I have to check my calendar. Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks or maybe 1.5. I don't know, bitch. I can't count. And I have not lost not one stone. So make sure if you guys have crystals that are unfoiled, meaning they are just shiny at the back, no little silver, to use cluster gel and then go in and seal the sides with bling adhesive for extra security. So I did go ahead and add a little bit of top coat to the cluster gel only because it stays tacky. So when it cures in the lamp, you don't really have to wipe it, you know, because then everything and their mama gonna get stuck to your nail. So I'm gonna fill the whole nail with black Swarovskis. You guys can find these crystals. Oh wait, on Dreamtime Creation. That's where I bought them because I stopped buying a long time ago, and like I said, the little black crystals, they would fall off. So this time I was like, you know what? I'm going to search to see if I can find more black crystals just for content. And even if they fall off, well, I don't even keep my nails on that long. So I did purchase them from them. Like the little skull, you guys can find it there. And the rest of the shape, so just keep that in mind. If you guys do buy the unfoiled ones, just use cluster gel first, then do bling adhesive on the edges just to secure it. And yeah, that pretty much worked. It came out really cute. And I'm just gonna use the bling adhesive for the rest of the nails. I personally don't really like to use the cluster gel for everything, only for like clusters or pixies or really, really big charms, because I need my shit to dry like ASAP. As soon as I put you down, you have a few seconds to dry, bitch, because I do not want you to be moving around. Like, that just irritates the shit out of me. I hate that shit so much. So if y'all like it when you have time to play around with the crystals, shit, use cluster gel. But me, if you ain't dry in 5 seconds, bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up. But that's just me. But yeah, I just use the cluster gel when is needed. If not, then bling adhesive all the way, honey. And then a lot of people always be like, oh, which one do you like better? I personally like the brush bling adhesive better. But comment below, which one do you prefer, the brush one or the squeezy one? I feel like I'm a little too buff. I squish too much, but I have more control with the brush over the other one. So that's why I like this one. I don't know, I'm just a brush type of girl. And I'm just adding the glue a little bit as I go, because it does dry fast, like I said, but over gel it does dry a little bit slower, so it will give you some more time to work. And everybody be like, oh, can you apply it over gel? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You just need to make sure that you apply enough glue, because if you just put like a stupid little dot and the crystal is like big as fuck, it's not gonna hold, especially on a slippery surface or whatever. So I recommend to scratch it if possible, but if you can, just add enough glue and it will hold. Just make sure to hurry the fuck up and place your crystal, because if you put all this glue in this section and you take like a minute to find the crystal and then put it on, it's gonna be more dry already than wet, so your shit's gonna fall off. So just keep that in mind, especially in the summertime. So yeah, that's pretty much what the nail is looking like. It looks super beautiful and sexy and beautiful and shiny. And if you guys don't want to spend on some Swarovskis, you guys can find some crystals. They're not black, but they're like a dark black slash gray. On our website, they're called jet hematite. I'm gonna be using those in one of my next videos. I used them last year and they look so beautiful, and they're not as expensive for those of you guys who just want to create content or just want to wear your nails. I recommend those as well. I just like Swarovskis, honey, because go big, go home, go bling bling. So next, I'm going to be doing a little drip of blood. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure if I'm fucking tripping, but does my video be looking like staticky or some shit like that? Like, I'm kind of mad if this uploads like this to fucking YouTube. I'm going to be mad as fuck, because I recorded it directly from my phone. This is not even a recorded on TikTok or anything like that. For it to come up with like some fucked up ass pixelation shit, nah, honey, I'm be mad. I could have gone live. So I like to put the little dots first. I'm using the red painting gel. You guys can find this one on my website. I believe it's number 3. These are the smaller pods of painting gel, so these you do need to top coat. And then I'm gonna like brush up like it's a little drop. So I'm just gonna connect them going up, and then I'm gonna fill it in, and you guys can just watch, because I'm not very good at explaining. And this came out so fucking cute. One thing I'm gonna say is don't add too much gel, because if it doesn't fully cure, they will chip and fall off or whatever. So how to call it, just put a little bit at a time, and make sure you cure it in the lamp really, really, really well. So right now it's not looking like drips yet. I mean, it looks like something's going on. And then once we connect it, then it's gonna look better. Like right now it looks like little blood drops, huh? So then we're gonna go around the little Frenchie, like just like that. Oh my god, I cannot believe this is super blurry. What the fuck? Oh, I'm about to throw this phone away. Literally, oh my lord. Let me know in the comments if it looks like this to you too. Like, what the hell kind of fucking... Or my eyes play with me. I don't know, but I have been getting a little bit better with my painting. Back in the day, I could not outline for shit. I still struggle a little bit, but you know, you just need to practice what you're not good at, and you will get a little bit better each and every time. So I am the perfect example for you guys. If you think you can do something, bitch, best believe I couldn't do it either. And I just practice now what like pretty much my weaknesses is what I try to practice now. Like, I'm not very good at nail art, but little by little it's getting a little better, you know, because back then I couldn't even draw a fucking dot. Literally. Okay, so yeah, Let me know what this blood be looking like. You guys could even put chrome on it. You guys can upgrade this blood. You could do a jelly one with our what is it called? Glaze. Oh, so beautiful. But here are the finished nails. Let me know what you guys think. Did I nail it or what? I love them so much. All right, see you later. Bye. Una noche más y copas de más. Tú no me dejas en paz. De mi mente no te vas.